All right, I want to talk about my favorite five or six writing utensils. I've, after a 25-year long obsession of always making sure I have the best writing utensil, this is the sixth that I've settled on. Every time something would come across my hands, I'd always compare it to my current lineup and see if it was better or worse or which one I preferred. And so here we have the Pentel quicker clicker in 0.5 millimeters, then the Pentel P205 mechanical pencil. Then for wooden pencils, my favorite is the Mitsubishi 9850. Then the Nataraj 621, which is also the pen gear found at Walmart, which is fantastic. This is be had for a pack of 10 or 12 for $1. So this is awesome pencil. It's in disguise. These are the same pencil, just reskinned. Then my favorite pen is not a Signo Uniball, but it's actually the Uniball Jetstream in 0.7 millimeters, which is the SXR7 refill, and I've used that refill in this Uniball Signo. And then my next favorite pen is the Pentel Energel 0.5 millimeter cartridge, which is the LRN5, and that's here with the needle point tip. Now, starting with this Pentel quicker clicker, the reason I like this pencil before we move on to that, my favorite eraser is this Arc foam eraser. It's made in Japan. I haven't found anything that erases quite as nicely as this. Before I started using this one, the one I really liked for a long time was the Pentel High Polymer, but this has displaced that marginally, but displaced it. So this is still fantastic eraser. This is a lot better also than the Staedtler, in my opinion, and so this is what I use now. And then for a pencil sharpener, I like the KUM made in Germany magnesium pencil sharpener. This is awesome. And then as far as lead goes, I like the Pentel 0.5 millimeter HB, just the standard stuff you get from Walmart. I really like that, and I use that in my 0.5 pencils. And then as far as the eraser refills, I use this. I think these are really good. The Pentel refillable erasers for the P205 and the quicker clicker. Now, starting with why I really like this one the most. When I was a kid in elementary school, I always thought that mechanical pencil designs were flawed, largely because when the erasers were tiny, they were be consumed really quickly, and because when you go to erase, you could inadvertently advance lead. I didn't like that while writing, to advance lead, you would have to change your hand position. And so I always thought mechanical pencils were flawed when even then, when I was that young, when we were moving from wooden pencils to mechanical pencils, and I thought these were super cheesy, and I was never satisfied. And this has all those same flaws. Even though the eraser is larger, you run the risk of advancing lead when you are erasing, and once this was worn down, it's difficult to replace. And so this pencil, when I first came across it, my mind was blown. And I was amazed at how well designed it was. And at the time, these weren't transparent. And I actually pulled this piece out to see how it works when I was a kid, and I saw that unique slanted advancing slide mechanism in there, and I was just blown away. And ever since then, this has been my favorite pencil, and ever since then I've always used this. And so this gets around that design flaw of advancing lead while erasing. Don't have to change your hand position when advancing lead. And also, when I was a kid, I would always be worried about, running out of eraser and having to buy replacements. And I just thought this was the biggest excuse of an eraser as a kid. And I also didn't like the potential of losing this cap. And so when I found this pencil, I thought it was awesome. And I would advance the eraser out all the way till there's just a little sliver left. And what I would do is I would find or harvest pencil erasers from standard pencils and use them in here, because I never wanted to burden my parents with, buying me replacements. And if you see it to this day, I'm still I'm still doing that. And so the original pencils were all plastic designs, and over the course of the years they've released them with these rubberized grips. But even back then I would grip my full plastic quicker clickers that didn't come with the built-in grip. And so this is an RSVP grip on a grip that's fell off of one of the modern quicker clickers, and I just find that I found that addition of the rubberized grip a nice touch. Some people didn't like it, but I liked it, and I continue to use it like that to this day. I also like that it has a metal tip here, and that it's not retractable, and there's no slop. And I also like the transparent feature that they added later on, so you can see if there's any jams or see the mechanism working and moving. And I also like that it's super lightweight. And the clip strength is absolutely fantastic. And you can't say enough about just the eraser and lead advancement design. I love that it didn't have that measly eraser, and that I could scavenge erasers from regular pencils and use them in here, and didn't have to buy proprietary replacements. Even I'm still doing that even though I have full replacement there. Moving on to this one, I thought this is an awesome pencil design, mainly because it's the total no baloney pencil. I started to appreciate this more later when I was older. It's just super stiff. This whole piece is made out of metal. There's absolutely no slop. This is not retractable. At the same time, like this one, the clutch mechanism or the advancing mechanism, as well as the tip, is all one piece, and so it can actually be removed from the pencil. And this is the entire. It's such a simple no baloney design. All this is metal, so it's very durable and robust. So I thought that was an excellent design feature. In addition, I like how lightweight this is, even in comparison to some of my other drafting pencils I've purchased over the years, such as this Staedtler 925 here you see. This is just kind of heavy, and so given the choice of these two, I'll always pick the Pentel P205. And I also found it the same. I have a Rotring 600 I almost never use just because of how this. I do think this is a little slim, so I do add a grip here, but overall it's awesome. So I really like that pencil. Moving on to this Mitsubishi. This is super smooth. There's not much else that needs to be said about this. It makes really dark lines. It's super smooth. But I think for these come in at like $1. This is like 10 cents, and which can be found here. These are fantastic, these Nataraj. And so sometimes if I'm really feeling like writing big or having heavier lines, I'll probably use a Nataraj. But if I kind of want to jot something smoothly, I'll pull this one out. This writes a lot smoother than this one, but I like them. And then moving on to the pens. This is the Jetstream refill, which I think is absolutely awesome. I've yet to find a smoother ballpoint pen. It's some unique ink where it's like a hybrid between an ink pen as well as a ballpoint, but I really like it. So I haven't found a smoother pen than these Jetstream 0.7s. And then if ever I'm in the mood to write with a gel pen or an equivalent, I like the 0.5 Energel refills LRN5 by Pentel, and I put those in these Signo bodies. I like these bodies, and so that's my lineup for my favorite pencil. If I could keep only one pencil, it'd be the Pentel Quicker Clicker, probably for a nostalgic reason, as well as how nicely it's designed. And then for a wooden pencil, I would take that, and for the pen, I would take the Jetstream 0.7 millimeter. And then regarding erasers, I used to use a Staedtler. Then I compared it against an Intel high polymer, and I found that to be superior. And then I went down a rabbit hole a little bit more, and I found this, and I compared these two. And this one, just so slightly, the Arc foam eraser from Japan slightly edges this one out. So now I've used this one pretty much slightly. But this eraser is awesome, and so this one's just a touch better. And then for an eraser, I haven't found a better. That's for the eraser. For the sharpener, I haven't found a better sharpener than this KUM made in Germany magnesium body. Super lightweight. Comes with some replacement blades on the side. A couple replacement blades on the side, and So that's pretty much my lineup. And then as far as lead goes, I just use a standard Pentel HB lead, and then refill erasers when needed. All right, thanks for watching.